Hi, it's Alan Lewis here, DC with the original team in BNI in Lancashire. And I've got with me one of the members of my chapter, who's Cara Banks, who's from Tropic. Hasn't been a member a long time. We'll find out shortly. We'll find out what BNI has done for Cara. So, Cara, how long have you been a member of BNI?
About 12 weeks, 3 months.
Yeah, it's a short time.
Yeah.
But in that short time, tell us what's happened to you. What you learned. What's happened?
Oh my goodness. It's been a journey already, but one that I had no idea that it would happen.
Wow.
So I came to BNI and met someone else who does Tropic. She's
Yeah.
quite a senior leader.
Yeah.
She's in the exec team, which is where I want to be.
Yeah.
And I met her at a leaders conference earlier this year, so back in March, and she asked me if I'd heard about BNI,
Okay.
and I hadn't.
Okay.
So I said, what is it? Tell me about it. And then she said, I think you should go. So she contacted Louise,
Yeah.
and said, is there a Tropic ambassador around this area? And Louise said no. So I came down and I met a couple of chapters.
Yeah.
Really felt that Zeus was where I wanted to be, and thought, do you know what? I'm going to invest, because I think if you don't invest in yourself,
Yeah.
whether that's time, money,
Yeah.
personal development,
Yeah.
all those things, I think you're not going to go anywhere. You can't
No.
progress.
I think that's a really key message.
Yeah. So for me, I don't expect that to come from anyone else, but I think for me, it's the team that you have around you.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that's changed for me is the way that I feel about me.
Good.
And the way that I feel about my business.
Good. Tell me a little bit more about what's changed and how you feel and what's happened to your business.
So I'm a leader with Tropic, which means that I have a team, and my team's quite scattered around the UK. I've been a leader for 4 years, and I've been with Tropic for 5.
Okay.
And sometimes in the network marketing industry, you don't it can have a bit of a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Sometimes the businesses aren't taken particularly seriously, sometimes by some people. So being in a business networking environment has made me take myself more seriously.
Okay.
So the way that I talk about myself, the way I talk about my business, because we come every week and we pitch the business and we have 60 seconds to tell you something new, and to almost train that room as almost like extension of my sales team. But for me, talking about the business and really getting to grips with what I do, who I do it for, what the result is, how I can change lives, it becomes then so much more than I'm a network marketer or I sell skincare.
Yeah.
So and just being in that room with everybody has changed the way that I perceive myself.
Yeah.
And how I mentor and build my team.
Tell us about the story you told us today about the way one of the members in particular has helped you, and you designed something and it's done something for your team and your business.
So like I said, I've been a leader for 4 years and I haven't progressed. So my team gets bigger and then it shrinks, and it gets bigger and it shrinks, and it doesn't have that kind of progression. And I always feel like sometimes in any business, you'll have people who come in who have real energy and real enthusiasm, and then all of a sudden it wanes. And at Tropic, we have no targets. So those people who come in as ambassadors are not targeted, and they can fit this business in and around their life, and there's no pressure at all, and we guarantee it. And that's definitely how I lead. We're mentors, we're leaders, but we're not managers, and I'm not their boss. They have the business and I help them achieve. So it's up to them if they want to achieve. And what I found was actually a lot of the people that were in my business maybe had waned, maybe the energy wasn't there. And as with anything, the more energy you put into something, hopefully, as long as it's good energy, the more results and the better the result.
Yeah.
So when I came to BNI, I came really specifically to think, right, maybe I can grow my customer base and therefore meet new people who might want to join me, because that's the journey.
Makes sense.
So I thought, right, BNI would be a great place maybe to tap into completely new markets. Nobody's coming from the beauty industry. It's quite unusual, and no one's looking at it from a real commercial perspective. So at that point, I came in 12 weeks ago thinking I'll get new customers. I could do that with my eyes closed.
Right.
So that's not been an issue at all. But actually, the opportunity then to extend my team, talk to people about the opportunity, talk to people about what my dream ambassador would look like, it's made me think differently about how I actually manage my current team.
Right.
So I put together a challenge. I've been working with a business coach as well, and casually, but still learning from him. I put together a 21-day momentum challenge.
Right.
So they had to do 21 day for July, 21 pieces of activity, 5 to 10 minutes a day.
Right.
So again, I'm not asking do 3 hours of work.
No, it's
These
not a
people
lot.
work. This is a side income for a lot of my team. So I thought I'm going to give them a little, almost like a bingo board that they can cross off.
Yeah.
There's a little incentive at the end, like a little prize, and they could get extra tickets to the draw if they did extra bits and pieces. I also offered one-to-ones as well, and I had 4 bookings for one-to-ones, and that's more than I've done in a year.
That's fantastic.
Because people are now engaged.
Yeah.
And I've woken up. So I'm not dormant anymore. I'm not just leaving them to it. I'm trying to be more present for them, but in a much more structured and targeted way. So Natalie, one of my team, she's been with me about 2 years.
Yeah.
And she completed, I'd sent her the Momentum Challenge and she messaged me immediately going, this is amazing. So it really spoke to her in terms of those smaller activities. She'd been quite quiet in the group. She was doing she was always selling, but always quite negative. No one will buy. I've oversold to my customers, so therefore I'm not going to be able to sell again next month. So she's always looking at it from a position of lack rather than a position of abundance. But she said, you know what, I'm going to complete this. This really speaks to me because it's small accountability, bits of activity that I can do on a regular basis. And you've given us loads of ideas. I don't have to think about what to do. I can just cross it off. And that for her was really cathartic and really helpful. So what's happened, she was the only person out of a team of 26 to complete it. That's fine. She engaged with it. She was energizing in our WhatsApp group. So she was talking about the activities she was doing. I was shouting her out. So she felt a real buzz. She's been doing around about £250 sales every month, which is great. She's earning a quarter of that as a commission. But she now messaged last night into the team group this massive long message about how it's changed how she thinks about her business, how she shows up for a business, how regularly she shows up. And she has quadrupled her sales this month.
Wow, that's incredible.
In 1 month.
Incredible.
She's also got 5 bookings for August, and she said that's more than she's had in 1 year.
Wow.
Because she's been doing the activity and asking the questions, and she's had her first new team member join in over a year. And we did her training last night. So she's really taken it on, and now she's messaging me every day with ideas. She's helping me run the team. So she's going to be my next leader.
Yeah, that's somebody else who will go on to develop.
Because now she's seen that I'm engaged. I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to mentor. She's learning, but she's picking that up because she's excited about it again.
Yeah, so just bringing all that back to BNI, what is it about BNI and the people in the room and the system and everything that's helped you make that change?
Pure encouragement. Encouragement, belief, giving me the fact that you come into a room every week at 6:30 on a Wednesday morning, which if you'd have said to me at Christmas, I'd have said, absolutely not. Those days for me are over. I'm self-employed. I can choose when I get up. So I make it now, and I look forward to it on a Wednesday. I get my hugs, and it gives me that energy. And I've not known these people for very long at all, but I've been having so much opportunity to do so many different things in my business that I'd never had the opportunity to do. And the reason I did that challenge is because I believed in myself. And I thought, I'm going to do it. And if no one does it, that didn't work, fair enough, we'll try something else next month. But I have a duty to these girls to try and mentor and support, and I'd lost that. And it had lost it to the point where I didn't even want to be a leader anymore. So Tropic are great in terms of giving you lots of ideas and lots of help and infrastructure. But I think sometimes as what we call a baby leader who doesn't necessarily want to be a baby leader anymore, I feel like I should have developed. I've had to then go and find that opportunity somewhere else that maybe I do feel a bit more supported. So it's support, it's consistency. It's talking about your business every single week and realizing actually the stories that you've got to tell that have really made a difference to me, my girls, the customers, people that we come into contact with, and believing in your business.
Stories are so powerful, and it's the stories that you tell us that help us get you introductions to people and are really persuasive. So if you've done that in just 12 weeks in BNI, what are you going to do in 12 months? Who knows where you're going to be?
I mean, the revenue for me, because the BNI app is so good, because I'm quite a metrics kind of person. I enjoy looking at where I'm at, league tables, things like that. I've always enjoyed it. I'm a salesperson and come from a sales background. But I like to be able to see the metrics and I like to be able to see how much revenue I've generated. That revenue now, whilst it's not insignificant, that's now become actually not that important because I know that's going to come anyway. It's actually the way that I'm thinking about my business. If I can do this for one person, the way that I onboard people, so I've had 2 new people join my team in the past 2 weeks, and I haven't had one since January.
That's amazing.
And last year I got maybe, I didn't have, well, that's 3. And if people can see that Natalie's bringing on people, she's energized. If other people can see that through the activity that she's doing, it's massive.
Now, we did an education slot today, and I talked about the goal within the goal. Has that prompted anything with you? Have you thought, well, what I'm doing all these things, I'm recruiting new people, I'm selling more, but what's my ultimate goal? Has it prompted you to think about what your ultimate goal might be?
Yeah, so the why, and I always talk about goals and whys, and they kind of underpin decisions that I make. So I find it difficult sometimes to think about a goal because I'm actually really happy. Genuinely, I'm really happy in my life, and what a privilege that is. And not everyone can say that, and I've not always been able to say that.
Wow.
So I'm really happy where I am. But the tropic thing was always sat on my shoulder, a bit of a weight. I love my sales, I love my customers, but my team, sometimes I felt that I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't enough for them. And now I know that I am enough because actually I've got the confidence. So yes, my goals have changed. My goal now is not just to find X number of new customers a week. That will happen. The way that I pitch my business every week, that is happening. But my goal now is to really concentrate and focus my energies on mentoring these girls who really deserve it, who deserve to be told that people believe in them and that they can do anything they want with this business. And I want to be a really, really strong leader and a really good leader. And my goal now is to make the impact on those people and not just assume that I need to go and find new people to do better. I can do better with those people.
I think there's nothing more rewarding than looking back and thinking, I've really helped that person, I've helped that. You can literally change their lives for the better in a big way.
And that is such an emotional connection. And it's so easy to think we sell products. You know, you do your own thing, and there's so many things that everyone does. But I think when you come to BNI and you talk about it, and it's hard for me sometimes to stand in a room full of lawyers, solicitors, tradies, plumbers, and think you're not interested in skincare, but I went for it. And the things that I've learned and the way that I now look at it, like you said this morning, looking at it in terms of who are your introducers? You're not looking necessarily for one new customer, you're looking for opportunity to do repeat business, bigger business, introduce me to those people who are going to introduce me to my next new superstar, my next Natalie. And I now feel so passionate about the opportunity that I have to give to someone. Why wouldn't I shout about it? And I wasn't shouting about it before. I was hiding.
Well, Cara, that's fantastic. 12 weeks in BNI owner, you share those experiences. It's done great things for you, great things for your business, probably giving you belief more than anything else, belief in that you can achieve things. You're going out there, you're achieving those things, and it's really exciting. So thanks for sharing those experiences with us today. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you for asking me.
You're welcome.